Did you know you can play a nice jazz chord with only 3 notes? So this video is for the people who want to learn how to expand their music theory. You really want to get outside of the box. People teach you the music theory to keep you in a box. I'm going to show you how to go way outside the box using very simple concepts. So if you don't know me, I'm Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. We've trained over 1 million producers around the world. Some have gone to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Polo G, Trippie Redd, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. Long list of folks. I'm missing some. Lil Baby, Trippie Redd, I already said that. Polo G. All right, so basically, let me show you guys something. I'm going to start on a random note here. Let's consider this the 0 point, okay, the point of rest. Let's count up to what's called the minor third, which is 3 notes. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Let me show you guys what the normal minor seventh would be played as. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the first minor triad. 3-note chord. This is what most people are taught in music theory. Is a simple triad, but I'm going to show you how to make 7th chords with only 3 notes. So here's the normal triad, and then let's keep counting. 8, 9, 10. So it's 0, your root note. Count up 3 notes. That's called your minor third. Count up 7. Count up 0, 3, 7. That's your perfect fifth. 7 semitones from the root note. And then when you count to 10, that is your minor 7th. So this is how a minor 7th is usually taught, but the problem is you have 4 notes and it can get a little convoluted in how you voice this. Now in jazz theory, they tend to omit the 5th a lot. And it's because of the concept that I teach in my music theory courses. If you guys go to busyworksbeats.com/premium, you'll find a course called Music Theory Essentials and also the Music Theory Magic course where I go way deeper about this. But basically I call these tonal twins, okay? So the root note here, G flat, is 7 semitones, meaning 7 notes away. So if you start here, count up note by note, including your black notes. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's called the perfect fifth. Okay, anytime you play a note and 7 notes up, it's called the perfect fifth. But also too, if we count 0, 1, 2, 3, if you count from the minor third in this case, count up 7 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you get another perfect fifth. So I call these tonal twins. It's just my term I use to understand this concept, tonal twins. The 3rd and the 7th move very identically, I'll say, but the same as the tonic and the 5th, they move in an identical type of way. So for example, if I were to play this chord without the 7th, it would be G minor. But if I played it with the 7th and without the 3rd, it says flat, it says 7th dominant, but anytime basically what I'm saying is the chord identity can be determined by if you have a 3rd or the 7th because they are tonal twins, okay? And using that same philosophy, we can omit the 5th, but still keep the same vibe because we have the tonic, okay? So if we remove the 5th, we're still creating that 7th chord because now we have these tonal twins active. We don't need the perfect 5th because again, it's just a tonal enforcement or a tonal twin of the tonic. So this is our way to create a 3-note minor 7 chord or a major 7 chord. Now, how can we use this in practice? So if you want like a Pharrell vibe, you might play something like an F major 9 chord and an 11th chord like this. Okay, you might play something like that. So how can we revoice this to sound more like what we were talking about, those 3-note chords? We could just take out C, which is the 5th, and leave E. Here we're playing a major 7th chord, even though we don't have that 5th in there. We're not playing 4 notes, we're playing 3 notes. Now, if you want to make it Pharrell type, then you would add the 9th up here. Now, usually a ninth chord requires 5 notes. But in this case, we're only playing 4. So I'm showing you guys how to collapse your chord by omitting the 5th. Now this type of chord where I'm going. So let's make a progression here. Let's do. Okay, so this is not only just a voicing technique, it's a way to think about how to even form a chord. because omitting notes is not our, our standard way of going about chords. We're taught to make a chord starting from the root to the third, to the fifth, to the seventh, to the ninth, all the way through. Now there are different ways, and I'm kind of touching the surface on many things here, but let's say you want to create a D minor seventh chord. Let's do what's called a raised third. I teach this in music theory magic. And then we're going to reinforce the root note down an octave. So this is called changing the voicing. We're still playing a 4-note chord, D, F, A, C. We're just spreading out the note F in this case. So this is not really doing what we just did. This is simply changing the voicing of a chord. Okay, that's simply changing the voicing. It's not changing the number of note requirement. So the technique I'm showing you guys today, I want to make a difference here, is that same chord, D minor seventh, instead of playing it this way, we're playing it where it's only 3 notes. So it gives you a different spread. Very small change, but something new to introduce you guys to music theory. If you want to take your music theory to a high level, I'll show you guys some stuff that I'll show you in these courses. Here's a 2-5-1 with a substitution. Then you could do cool stuff like this, which is go out of key on purpose, but still play a 2-5-1. Or you could play stuff like this, where it's like a really big chord. And then I'll even show you stuff where you can take this chord and kind of create tension. Kind of loop your chords around like that. Okay, so let's just go through some of these concepts again. So here we have we're going to demonstrate the dominant to tonic resolution. Now I'm going to switch it up. Create tension, doing the minor sixth. And 2. And then here we can switch keys completely using the 2-5-1. Now I know I'm speaking music theory in ease. It was basically a new language. I can show you guys how to do this really simply. Once you understand the building blocks, this becomes so much simpler. I took years to figure out how to make this stuff simple. People will teach you this, online, but they don't explain like how to even understand how to understand it. And that's what I've set out to do for you guys. So go to busyworksbeats.com/premium, look for the music theory essentials, and look for the music theory magic course that will guide you guys into things like substitutions, dominant, secondary dominant, stuff like that. For example, this is a secondary dominant. Or actually, technically, this would be. Teaching you how to go out of key on purpose. So I'll show you guys a bunch of stuff. I just wanted to give you guys an example of what you guys can learn. And that chord can actually turn into melody, for example. So that is a minor. We just played a minor ninth chord. We just played it melodically. So that's how you guys get into melody and chords and everything else. If you want to learn music theory, I'll demystify it for you guys. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. Peace out, guys.